Sorry guys, had a bit of technical difficulties in the first video. And where was I? Alright, so here we go. My travels led me to a place called Blandford, England. Don't ask me why I was there. It's actually near Bournemouth, near Stonehenge. Um, I was there because of a bitch. Anyway, so yeah, I followed her ass all the way to Blandford, England, and I guess through her and mingling with the people, I ran into a guy named Paul. And Paul was this middle-aged, 40-plus, pasty white guy with piercing blue eyes who is just such a nice person. He welcomed me into his home, and he had a girlfriend with red hair who had a Great Dane, and always made the house a mess, but they loved that dog. And he had a whole shitload of videos of Evander Holyfield and guys like that I never heard of before, like Nigel Benn and Chris Eubanks, and the UK boxing culture is just on its own. Um, Prince Nassim, all these guys, like, and just exposed this to me, and I was like, a whole new world. It was just, and I was just so disgusted with the state of boxing at the time. I mean, can you imagine how I feel now? But still, I'm never gonna leave it. That was the defining moment in my life. That moment changed my life when I ran into Paul. Paul started educating me about UK boxing. Those few weeks that we worked, that I was exposed to him and his home. He showed me, all these old boxing tapes and VHSs, and it was just his passion inspired me. They say passion ignites other passion. It's true. But the passion was in me already. It was just dormant. It was lurking within me. But that was when I was reborn. That was when the love of boxing was respawned within me. So I had to say that was my defining moment. Running into Paul from Blandford, England. Shout out to you if you see this. I doubt it, but I lost contact with him. There's no way I can get in contact with him. Or maybe I can. We'll see. So, now, why did I decide to become a YouTube boxing analyst? Again, I remember there was, I don't know what big fight was coming up, but, Paul went up to the computer and typed in, I guess the prediction, and he was subscribed to a guy, to a YouTube boxing analyst on here, a legend here. And guess who it was? The first YouTube boxing analyst I ever saw was Dwyer. Dwyer's got a hell of fans across the pond, I'm telling you. He showed me Dwyer, and I'm not a Dwyer nut hugger, but I'm not a hater either. So, I mean, big ups to him. I mean, he's got a hell of fans out there. He actually indirectly inspired me to become a YouTube boxing analyst because I didn't know people did this. And just like, Wingy put up on the video, he saw us, I was like, wow, I could do this. It's the same thing. I was like, wow, man, like, I could do this all day. I mean, Paul put his, knowledge, and poured his knowledge into me, and check out my channel, guys, man. I mean, the proof is in the pudding, just to quote, Floyd Money Mayweather. I could pick him. I could pick him. And it's all because of a simple concept that Paul taught me, that was styles make fights. And I can visualize in my head. I can see usually the way a fight's gonna go. That's when I take my heart out of it and I start using my brain. Yeah, I mean, the only enemy that us YouTube boxing analysts is our natural bias and inclination towards a fighter. That's the only thing that that can really cloud our judgment. I mean, it happens to us all the time. So, but besides that, if I can remove my heart out of it, I can usually do a pretty good job just stylistically picking a fighter. Picked a whole lot of upsets over the years. So, but anyway, so that was a defining moment for me. After that, I became a gym rat. I lived in Sweden for a while. Got my ass kicked all over the gym and sparring. Learned the sweet science. Semi-formal amateur fights. The whole nine, man. I mean, I just loved it. When I came back home, I started putting up videos. So, that's pretty much it, guys. That's why I became a YouTube boxing analyst, and a little bit about myself. So my Puerto Rican heritage on my father's side had a lot. I mean, that was the beginning of everything. But In the end, the UK fans really got to me and reignited my love for this sport. Um, so there you go. Just want to end this video by saying, quick shout out to my peoples, Naptown born, all day. Dwyer, I see you. Wingy, I see you. Jesse Jackalope, I see you. Boxing Bell, I see you. All right, these are the people that I watch. I remember Boxing Fan 4, man. It's a shame what happened to that motherfucker. I say that affectionately, believe me. It's a shame. I used to love watching his videos, but he got into a little altercation, a big political mess here on YouTube with Chris916. Chris916, shout out to you. I see you, baby. Um, just a shout out to all my fellow, YouTube boxing analysts. I mean, we're a small community, but we got to stick together. So that's pretty much it, guys. And remember, boxing, it's intelligence.